that just me, or does it sound extremely staticky? Like overmodulated, crappy.
It always sounds like that.
Does it? All right, awesome. Yet another reason why we need to change the intro to the Monkey Business Podcast.
I can't believe that none of our musician friends have taken it upon themselves, even after we've nudged them in that direction.
No kidding.
Right?
Okay, let's. You just sparked something here. We mentioned it to Slam and Gladys.
Mm-hmm.
They said that they were going to do something. They said, oh, maybe we can do something.
That was a terrible impression.
I don't think they actually
They're
said
probably going to be mad at you.
Said it. That's all right. Everybody's mad at me. I don't think they actually said it like that, but I think they said something about it. Pump 5, I believe. Mm-hmm. Who else? There was somebody else, guitar-wise.
Was it Dwayne?
Dwayne Morano?
I don't remember.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But what the hell, Dwayne? Come on. We went to the same school. We're friends. Let's get this shit done. Make us a new damn intro. As much as I love Monkey Business song from Skid Row, I'm tired of hearing my staticky, nasty version. Anyway, Welcome to the Monkey Business Podcast for the week of July 11th.
Is it the 11th? Today's the 10th.
Tomorrow's the 11th. Today is when we're recording it. Tomorrow is when everybody's going to hear it.
Well, unless they get up at,
4 a.m.
Yeah.
Or listening to it next week on Hard as a Rock Radio.
Technically, it would still be 11th at 4 a.m.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so...
Welcome to Time Changes with Ken.
So we are here, and you are not.
Yeah, my house isn't big enough to hold it. Well, actually, it is. There's only like 5 people. We fit everybody in.
Exactly, for everybody who listens to this stupid thing.
It's okay.
Anyway, so what do we got going on today? We got the second part of the Chris McLernon interview that we did. Part 1 was very long.
Yes.
Part 2 is just as long.
Equally as long.
But you know what? I love his stories.
Fun.
Yeah, exactly. I love his stories.
Great interview.
And apparently, I've seen like older interviews of him popping up online here and there. They're all 2 parts.
Are they really?
Everything is 2 parts, yeah. So I guess he loves telling stories, and that's okay. I love hearing them.
Yeah.
All right, what we got on the show today? Other than that, we got some Bang Tango news. We've got some Queensryche, some Vince Neil news, some Brian Johnson, little Metallica, and even some Mick Brown. And we
have brand new music from Steel Panther.
Oh, we do. We have other stuff, other music as well. And don't forget the unsigned band of the week that we're going to talk about as well.
Right. No, let's get
All right, but first let's do a little Bang Tango for yo ass.
Always too slow, and that all make you That's what I want. I know just who I am. I'm dancing all the way. I'm a modern man. Yeah. Last night I took a midnight flight across the stars. Well, sat there looking down on Earth, straight down from Mars. Yeah. I know just what I want. I know just who I am. I'm dancing all the way. Well, I'm back down on Earth and I'm dancing again. I'm dancing on cold. Well, I'm dancing with the angels, and I'll do anything just to make me kind of smile. Yeah, I'm dancing on cold. I'm dancing with the angels, and I'll do anything just to make me get a smile. Yeah, I'm dancing on cold. I'm dancing with the angels, and I'll do anything just to make me kind of smile. Yeah, I'm dancing on cold. I'm dancing with the angels, and I'll do anything just to make me get a smile. Get a smile.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That is their best album.
Dancing on Coals?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I agree.
That
I agree. I like almost every single song on that.
Midnight Struck, awesome tune.
Yeah. Where were you?
when midnight struck?
Man, did you ever sing in the choir?
No.
Oh, good.
It's a damn good thing, right?
So, yeah, man, there's so much news surrounding Bang Tango right now. And if you've listened
And it's a bunch of horse shit, let's be honest.
Well, kind of, yeah. But it's so hard because the first two CDs, albums, whatever, the first two recordings.
Quote unquote original lineup.
Right. I loved that band. Like, they were cool. Like, they looked like the fucking Lost Boys, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They had that, like,
movie come to life type of thing.
That vampire look to them. Like, they were just
They were
cool.
For lack of a better term, they were dressed up vamps.
Oh,
see what I did there? Huh?
You're
Yeah.
so fucking corny.
Ugh.
But I get it, and I like it.
Yeah.
Loved them, and I saw them back in the day. Really good.
Yeah.
When I saw them at M3,
Not so much.
not so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very, very far on the disappointed side.
Yeah. After I think Live Injection came out. That was, the third album was the third album? I don't know, third or fourth, something like that. After that came out, they kind of broke ways and went, and Joe did his Beautiful Creatures.
Beautiful Creatures.
Saw them at what was it, Ozfest, I think, something like that. I don't know, some big festival type of thing when that first came out, and it was all right, but you could tell Joe's pitch and stuff like that was getting to him. And then here it is, fast forward like 20 years later, and he's still trying to do that stuff. It's just, to me, it doesn't sound that good.
Do you remember when Kyle did the Newly Deads?
I did not know he was in that, actually.
With Tammy Down?
But yeah, I remember them.
Yep.
I don't know.
That was just a little sidebar tidbit thing.
I didn't follow the Bang Tango family tree, so.
Oh, wow.
But apparently Lance Eric, which I always call him Eric Lance, is because I knew a guy in school named Eric Lance. Lance Eric, the rotund bass player of that's right, I said rotund. The tubby bass player, how's that sound? Of currently of Bang Tango. What?
Stop.
Why?
Because you're going to get terrible text messages.
Bring it on, friggin' Cracker Man.
But
Lance.
then again, you're equally as rotund, so.
Oh yeah, exactly, and probably, let's be honest here, equally as known. Because who the fuck is this guy? Come on. Seriously?
Yeah.
He's in a band 17 years and nobody knows if his last name's his first name or his first name's his last name. Anyway, so what's going on with him and the creator of Metal Sludge, Stevie Rochelle from Tough?
Rochelle from Tough.
What's going on with there? I saw some of the stuff, but I don't know what all is going on with it.
Just some comments made back and forth about some of the other original members of Bang Tango. Mark Knight, I believe, was the specific one, which I've listened to some of his solo stuff, and it is not bad at all.
But unfortunately, it's like, who's Mark Knight?
Right.
They don't know the name.
However,
and that's exactly what the hashtag was. Mark Knight who.
Right. And just last month, Mark Knight, Kyle, and Tig Kettler, who are all original members, they all played together.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. So it was kind of like a Bang Tango reunion of sorts ish.
Right.
Which, man, in this day and age, jam with whoever you want. Make music with whoever you want. It shouldn't fucking matter what anybody else thinks. You know, I kind of get where Steve Rochelle was coming from. I don't know. I just think there's too much fucking 16 and pregnant MTV type of shit going on. It really is. It's out of hand. It's like, you know, I don't know. It's tough. It's just...
Well, okay, what I just looked at it. What really sparked all of this was because they walked into a bar in San Antonio and Lance Eric said, how cool is it to have your band name on a bar counter? Like, I guess it's like etched into the bar. Whatever, who cares? He's like, it's pretty awesome. And then he said something along the lines of, in his hashtags, he's like, hashtag Bang Tango, hashtag the Return to the Sunset Strip Tour 2019, hashtag Faster Pussycat, hashtag Mark Knight Who, hashtag I'm a fat fuck, in his own stuff that he texted, that he posted this. And then hashtag Stay Home Drunky. No idea what that one means.
Okay, so I'm assuming that the last three of those were aimed towards something that Steve Rochelle said.
No. See, I think this is him reaching out and trying to like make fun of Mark Knight, because Steve Rochelle popped up after this was.
But Mark Knight's not fat.
I don't know. I don't understand.
I don't get it either.
The only large one out of this entire crew that we're speaking of right now is fat bass player Lance Eric of Bang Tango.
Here's the thing. I don't know. The guy's been the bass player for them for
17, 18 years now. Yeah.
So if you walk into a bar and it says Bang Tango, dude, you have the right to be excited about that if you have been in Bang Tango for that length of time.
Right.
No problem. If I walked in somewhere and saw a TIE Fighter Down sticker somewhere, I'd be fucking excited about it.
Your former band, but the thing of it is, this did happen, and he was excited about it, and he could have just put all these hashtags out there, but he didn't have to like basically throw a punch at Mark Knight.
No, I agree with
that. There's no reason for that.
But there had to be something.
And that's when maybe they had words offline or something like that.
Could be.
But that is when Stevie Rochelle popped up and started saying, take your shit back. That's not right. That's not cool. Blah, blah, blah. Respect the brand of, the history of the band is basically what he was saying. And then they got into it.
And I get that too. Yeah. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Is it really Steve's business? No, but I get what he's doing.
In his position for Metal Sludge, it is his business.
I don't have a problem with him. And he's right. You shouldn't be tearing up former band members. Just be glad that you're there playing. Yeah,
that you're carrying it on.
Right.
And is it his job to, should he have stuck his nose in? It doesn't matter because, Lance Eric put it out there. So it's free game for anybody to stick their nose into.
I can't believe we're getting wrapped up into this stupid shit.
Fucking Bang Tango. I know. I'm sorry. No, you're right. You're right.
But I understand both sides of it. But that kind of stuff, other than us and maybe 3 other podcasts across the country, nobody really cares. I mean, I hate to say that.
Yeah, no, you're right, though.
True. It's not like you're going to be standing around the water cooler at work with people going, oh, did you hear about the fucking Bang Tango shit going on? No. There's more people talking about the damn Olympic freaking soccer or whatever just happened.
Yeah, you know what? I know something happened, but I don't even know what, and I don't care.
I mean, because it's on TV.
And fucking women's soccer, who cares?
And half of them are lesbians. Not that that's a bad thing. But for them it is. No, I'm just kidding.
Not really, because they're on the games. Anyway, so yeah.
Move on.
But I'm going to post these online. You're going to have to remind me, because I always, every week I say I'm going to post something online, and I never do because I'm fucking forgetful as shit. So I'm going to have to post these online so you guys can read the text messages that went between Stevie Rochelle and Lance Eric of Bang Tango.
So this makes a perfect segue. Speaking of people who may be speaking out of turn or out of whatever, I know we had an episode, I think 2 ago, called I Hate Jeff Tate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't changed.
Phil, you found something else to hate about Jeff Tate?
Now the guy is talking about lawsuits.
What are you doing with the knife, by the way?
This and that. Don't worry.
You're talking about Jeff Tate, you got a knife in your hand. I don't like that. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, now he's speaking on behalf of or maybe what he thinks.
Well, it's always about what he thinks.
Right, of why Scott Rockenfield is not playing with Queensryche.
Well, what I remember reading was that Scott is no longer with them because he wanted to spend time with the family, his family at home,
right,
while his kids were young, type of thing.
Right.
That's why Todd played drums on the latest thing, right? Yeah. Okay. So what's his problem with that?
He doesn't believe that that's the real reason. He thinks that Scott was pushed out, so to speak, for some reason or another. He thinks that there's a lawsuit going on between Scott and Queensryche.
Wow, he's just very out there, isn't he? He's just looking for somebody to talk about him.
Here's the thing, man. Whether any of that is true or not, it's none of his fucking business.
You're not in that band anymore, man.
Here's the thing, Jeff. Go buy some fucking deodorant. Maybe people will sit down and listen to you. You smelly son of a bitch.
Going back with your deodorant thing,
dude,
aren't you?
You cannot help it. When somebody smells that fucking bad, that has the kind of money he had at that time,
yeah, no kidding.
There's no excuse. Get some Axe body spray, whatever, dude. Just stop stinking.
Oh, is that it? Just stop stinking? That's all you got to do?
No, I like to bring that up.
All right, cool.
But it's none of your goddamn business.
Yeah.
You know? Focus on making a decent record for once.
Yeah, Jeff Tate. How does that feel? Make a decent record. How does that feel?
What are you doing?
I'm making a segue. How does that feel? It's a new Roxy Blue tune. How does that feel?
Really? That's where you went with this?
Yeah, it's pretty sad, isn't it?
Fucking terrible.
All right, here's a Roxy Blue tune. How does it feel?
In
So I'm wondering, how exactly does it
Is
feel?
there more?
No, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Why? Why? The look on your face tells me what I need to know, but why do you ask if there's more?
Wait, you sure that was Roxy Blue?
It was Roxy Blue.
Okay. Did they maybe get hijacked by Lifehouse?
Lifehouse? No. Yeah. No, but that's a good that's a pretty good reference right there, my friend.
Yeah. That's kind of what it reminded me of. Not that it's bad, it was just kind of mellow, and now I don't know how I feel.
Oh my God. So
I will go out on a limb and say this.
Yes.
I am 100% sure that I will like the Steel Panther song better than that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, how can you go wrong with a tune called All I Want to Do Is Fuck?
Myself.
Tonight.
Anyway, yeah, well, that's not going to be playing now right now. We'll be playing it later on. That album actually from Roxy Blue comes out, their new album comes out August 9th, which is the exact same day as Speed of Sound from this guy.
Bye.
Oh.
Whoa.
Bye.
The album technically is not called Speed of Sound.
No, that's right. Subway to the Stars. Speed, yeah, that's
the Sound of Speed.
Yes,
and the album is Subway to the Stars.
Come on,
Jesus,
give me a break here. I was trying so bad to find.
Bye.
I just got screwed up a little bit.
Which we should quickly mention that right now, if you see anywhere, wherever you are in the country right now, if you see that Scott Stapp is playing your area, make sure you go to that show, because there's a good chance that Weapons of Anew will be opening if it's within this month.
Yeah.
And Ray is also the singer of Weapons of Anew.
Really good band.
Which they are badass.
And when they're done?
Then they're still badass.
When they're done and when Scott's about ready to go on, you're going to, Ray's going to start to leave the stage, but then stop, turn around and say,
bye.
Yep.
Anyway. That was
and
dumb.
then Scott will go, with arms wide open.
No, he wouldn't. Anyway, Dokken, you know how Mick Brown was retired temporarily?
Yes.
Can you retire temporarily?
Yes.
Anyway.
Michael Jordan did it.
This is true. Well, everybody thought that there was an issue. That's like, well, does he really want to retire? Nope. He's just done playing with Don Dokken. He's just tired of him. That's it. That's the only reason, because that's why he didn't come to the May 5th concert at M3 that you were at, and any of the recent gigs as well. He's just done with Don.
Done with it. That sounds like a presidential sticker.
Done with Don?
Yeah, I'm done with Don. You know what? After seeing him at M3, I'm kind of done with Don myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Remember that the same weekend that you were there, here in Florida, Rockville was going on.
Oh yeah, over
in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Well, now they're moving it to Daytona.
Yeah, it's not too far of a move.
It's about 90 miles south, but still, it's just weird. Rockville, Jacksonville, that's how that got its name. Now it's going to be Daytona.
Daytonaville.
Yeah,
why not?
It's just weird that a festival that's been there for so long all of a sudden changes its location. Is that a normal thing? I don't remember anything like that being done.
I don't know, but I think Daytona's probably
it's probably more of a fun place for it.
Yeah, I think there's more of a
hotels and such.
Touristy type draw.
Right.
It'd be cool if they could do it right in freaking the Speedway.
Yeah.
Set up a couple of stages in the infield and then just
that would be a madhouse.
How cool would that be?
That would be a madhouse.
I'd probably go to that shit if they did something like that. Yeah. I'd go to that.
That'd be a madhouse, though. So
was that an Anthrax reference?
Was that what? No, not at all. Was it supposed to be? What are you looking for there?
I was waiting for you, and you kind of just shit the bed right there.
Don't even know what you're talking about.
It's a madhouse. And Anthrax usually plays at... Oh, fuck you. Never mind.
All right, then. So Forbes put out their 2019 world's highest paid celebrities list. And
musicians or just celebrities?
Celebrities.
All right.
So this list looks like it came out in friggin' 1990.
The Rock has to be on there.
The Rock. Well, no, I mean it's like Two of the obviously they put him in here as shut your fucking mouth. Shut your motherfucking mouth.
God, you're so hostile.
I'm writing that one down because I'm gonna cut that out. But still, shut your fucking mouth. Such a piece of shit. Anyway, they're putting in the bands as a person. So Metallica and Guns N' Roses are on the list here. Guns N' Roses came in at number 71 with $44 million in earnings. Metallica at number 30 with 68.5. So, what do you think the number one person here is?
Bill Gates. Donald Trump.
Fucking Bill Gates. No.
The dude that owns Facebook.
The dude that would be Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, that guy. Zuckerfucker.
Nope. You have to go a lot younger. She is only 29 years old.
Who?
Taylor Swift came in with number one, $185 million.
How? Because
she fucking sells out concerts and CDs and all this other crap. The top 10, I don't even know half these people. All right. Number one, not that this matters the music whatsoever, but number one, Taylor Swift, Kylie Jenner, Kanye West. Fine. Number 4, Lionel Messi.
Nope.
He's an athlete. No idea. It looks like he's probably a soccer player. Ed Sheeran, number 5.
Okay,
number 6, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Soccer player
also looks like a soccer player.
Yeah.
Number 7, Neymar. Looks like a soccer player. Number 8, the Eagles. 9, Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil. 10 is a boxer. Number 11 is a tennis player. Number 12 is Howard Stern. It's just weird how like all these people like you've never heard of is in the top whatever. I don't know. It's just me complaining, I guess.
Weird.
Because I do that a lot. Who the hell is Akshay Kumar?
Fuck, I don't know.
Exactly. He's making more money than Tiger Woods is.
Harold's friend?
Aha, I see what you did there.
You say Kanye was number 2?
Kanye was number 2. No, I'm sorry. Kanye was number 3. Kylie Jenner was number 2.
See, now out of all of the things we talked about, that makes me want to puke in my own mouth.
That he's up
and
there?
Eat it again because I hate that motherfucker. I hate him. I hate him and Jeff Tate can go fudge pack each other because I hate them both.
Well, I guarantee Jeff Tate is not on this list.
No, he's not.
And never will be.
God, I you know what though? Honest to God, after all that shit went down at whatever music awards ceremony that was, Taylor Swift should call him up and go, "Hey, bitch, what are you doing down there at number 4? Or wherever he is."
Number 3, bitch, I'm making $35 million more than you are. I don't let you finish, but that $35 million is mine. Anyway,
where'd you finish on this list, motherfucker?
So, speaking of Metallica, they have a kid's book coming out. That's right, a child's book.
Great.
And it rhymes. It's the ABCs of Metallica. It's illustrated.
Let me guess, B is for battery.
I don't know what B is for, but it's the ABCs of Metallica, and it looks... It's got them in like, the caricatures, however the hell you want to say it. But, dude, I'm going to buy this book because it looks like it's funny. I mean, the drawings of these guys are just so crazy. Yeah, it's, of course, it's for charity.
I'm not sure if I can stand behind that. It's just, it's like the whole Alice Cooper being on Cars or Toys or whatever the hell it was. And the other, it's shit's just getting out of control.
You let Alice Cooper do whatever the hell he wants. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I'm not going to tell you again. Anyway, so Motley Crue's...
holding a knife.
Vince Neil was ordered to pay $170,000 to the lawyers that he refused to pay because he accused them of overbilling because he was famous. So went to court, said, you know what, screw you, you're paying it anyway. And haha, screw you, Vince Neil, pay the money. Pay the man his monies. You know what that's from? Rounders?
Never saw it.
Oh, great movie. What else? AC/DC frontman Brian Johnson is also getting his own little TV series along the same line of Sammy Hagar's On the Rock and Roll Road Trip with Sammy Hagar.
Okay.
Same idea as that. It's called A Life on the Road.
Whoa, that's a fucking super original name.
Isn't it though? But yeah, so he's gonna have like Paul Schaefer in it. He's gonna have I know.
Great.
Sting's gonna be a guest. Robert Plant's gonna be a guest. Roger Daltrey. So it's basically Sammy Hagar show with like an older generation.
He's got some good guests on there at least.
Yeah, no, he does.
But you know what, man? I don't think that any of them are gonna be as good as Live at Daryl's House. I thought that was a kick-ass show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I didn't watch it a lot, but the certain ones that I did watch, I really liked.
I watched a lot of them because, I mean, he had a mixture. I mean, when you see Daryl Hall with CeeLo Green,
yeah, exactly,
and you sit down and you go, "Holy shit, this is actually really good."
Yeah.
You know, and then there were some people on there I'd never even heard of before because they were, you know, maybe pop artists that I didn't know who they were.
Newer up-and-coming artists, and it did really good.
And I've always been a big Hall & Oates fan.
Yep, and Daryl Hall's got a great voice. So
I actually was jamming Hall & Oates at work this morning.
Were you really? Good for you.
Yeah, man.
All right, you know what we got to do?
Don't interrupt me,
listen, pal. We're running short on time, and we've got to get the second part of the Chris McLernon interview in here because
it's
still 40 minutes.
Fucking Hall & Oates story.
That's fine. You tell it when we come back. Then. All right, here it is.
Make Sarah smile.
Part 2 of Chris McLernon's interview already in progress.
Yeah.
Not really. It's going to continue where we left off. Here it is. So Phil wrote something today, or no, he posted something today about the Mick Jagger story.
Yes.
And he said that this was a you and him story, not a Jason story, but Jason says it at his shows.
Yeah.
So
that is correct. It is a me and Phil story. Jason was not in the room.
Okay. See? All right. I just wanted to confirm that. Do you know the Jason story there, Ken?
Oh, I'm sure I've heard it.
It's
You
can give a recap if you'd like.
Well, there's a couple different variations that I've heard, and I'd said to Jason at one point, what are you doing? I mean, you weren't there, and I said, at some point, I said, be careful. I could come back and bite you in the ass, and it might have finally done that. But you don't know. But yeah, what Phil's story, I saw it today. So I was like, you got to check it because I try and stay away from Facebook because it's just gotten so weird. And you're talking to a musician who's saying it got weird, so that says something. Phil Verone was my roommate, so if I say it's weird, it's weird. But I read the post. That's what happened.
Exactly.
It's exactly what happened. Because, the look on Phil's face when he turned to me, because I was on his right, I was thinking, he turns to me and he mouthed, "That's Mick Jagger," and I'm singing In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida like this. In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. I'm just like an idiot. I don't know why. There's no reason. And Phil is he's like, oh my, and I don't break character at all. I just look at him, nod my head like, yeah, I know. I saw him. That was Mick Jagger. He's 2 feet tall and he weighs about 8 pounds. And Mick just flies in there, slams the door of the stall shut. Nothing happens, and then flies out. Like, what the hell was that all about? It's just literally the three of us. So we go back to Silvio's office, and then all hell is now breaking loose. My favorite quote was like, "What did you guys do to Mick Jagger?" I don't. What do you mean? I give up. What did we do to Mick Jagger? So yeah, Mick apparently threw a hissy fit and wanted the entire floor scoured until he found the two guys. Of course, they come right to the rhythm section in Saigon Camp.
Oh,
right?
Why not?
Clearly, who else would it be? It's not the guys in Wrathchild America. We're also doing something. It's the guys in Saigon Camp. They're clearly rabble rousers. You can't trust them as far as you could throw them. Yeah, we got really reamed out for that. We're just sitting there going, for once, we didn't do anything.
For once. Yeah, right.
We were standing there doing nothing. And Phil especially. I mean, I was being loud and stupid. So, Phil was just standing there, relieving himself. And Mick just, I guess it was me, just, singing at the top of my lungs. And I'm loud. So that maybe he was mad it wasn't a Stone song. Maybe I should have sang, Mother's Little Helper or something. He would have been okay with it. I don't know.
This long-haired hippie freak's in the bathroom singing, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, the big Americans, look out, because that's before we cut our hair too. So we both had hair to our elbows.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. If he's 5'6" in heels, I'm Gene Simmons. But yeah, he was, and I'm 6'2", Phil's 5'11", so we're not small guys, but he was just so wigged out by it. And I'm thinking to myself, what just happened? I mean, you're in the right spot. It's not like you're in the middle of Waupun, Wisconsin at a Flying J truck stop and Mick Jagger comes. You're in Atlantic Records, so anyone could walk in at any moment. That could have been Jimmy Page, but it was Mick Jagger instead. Oops.
Let the oops be an oops, man. That's a great story, regardless.
Yeah. It's fun. It's one of my favorites. Because, again, if you're a kid, and you're, like me, 14, 15 years old, and you pick up a Stones record and you buy it. Let's like say Some Girls, and I buy the record and I bring it home and I'm looking at it. And if you took future Chris and dropped him in front of me and said, "Hey, by the way, in about 8 years, you're going to be in an Atlantic Records bathroom, and this guy right here," pointing to Mick Jagger, "he's going to come in and be scared of you." I mean, what sort of parallel universe is this?
Right.
So, but there, my life is filled with stories of that. But that's one of my favorites. I
can let you I could let you ramble on with stories for hours. To be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
I really could.
I got tons. Well, I think part of it is also I had no bad habits, so I remember them all. That's one thing with the band too. If both bands, what happened, and then they call me, and I'm like, I freakishly remember it. I have no idea why. I haven't thought of it till that moment, but all of a sudden, oh yeah, that was this and this and this and this and this. How do you remember this stuff? I don't know. I just open the file cabinet in my head and it pops out.
Just take it for what it is.
See, here's reason number 57.
At least it's right. At least it's useful.
This is true.
I'm using my powers for good, not evil. Yes.
So after you left Saigon Kick, did you immediately start your surf music?
No, I actually that didn't come till much later. When I left Saigon Kick, I moved to Charleston, South Carolina, where I joined the family business and then ran that for 5 or 6 years, and literally was thrown into the middle of it. I had to get my MBA on the street, essentially. So learning everything about business law and business accounting and running a sales force and all that stuff.
What was the business?
The ability, because our customers were like AT&T and Sprint and Nextel and all that stuff. So I'm short. My hair was short anyway, but now I'm standing in a suit and talking to these people and just going, wow, this is really wild. So we became one of the top 10 businesses in Charleston by 2000 or 2001, and it was right at the kind of the juncture where digital recording and hard drive stuff and editing was all becoming much more possible. So I just kind of gotten not tired of doing the stealth thing, but I was just like, well, okay, this is not me. So my brother took it over, thankfully, and did a fantastic job with it. Still runs it today. And I got a hold of a couple of guys, Mark Farrar being one, Eric Gammons being another, who were now doing placements for TV and film and ads and radio and all that sort of stuff. So I learned to now do all sorts of digital recording, and then how to write a spot for people always say, you write jingles. Like, well, I'm not doing like toothpaste ads, but like if you hear, tonight on ABC and whatever it is, that would be me in the background, my music. So I had to learn how to do that, record, mix, edit, do all that stuff. So I did that until, I still do it. So I just handed in 4 or 5 songs for NBC 2 weeks ago. And then I just got my ASCAP statement. So it was stuff like the CMA and Man versus Food Loves Me. Let's just say that.
So I've definitely heard your stuff before then.
Oh, yeah. If you have ridden on the airplane, been in Costco, Walmart, what's the other big, Sam's Club, Best Buy, all that stuff, I have music in all of those things. national TV and car ads. The theme from Wahlburgers, the show on A&E, that's my song. It's called Mullet. So I started learning how to do that, which allowed me to make music but not have to tour.
Right.
Because touring's a young man's game. It's brutal. I found that out, when Saigon went back on the road. And again, none of us have any bad habits. Like, God, this is just brutal. How do these people do this? So I started doing it that way, meaning making music that way, and it proved to be a ton of fun and a really great way to collaborate with people who normally you'd have to be in the same town. So now you can isolate out any given instrumental track and send it over to me, or I send it over to them, and bingo, it's done. Like Jason and I did a tune for Jeff Scott Soto's. Well, I don't know. Jeff is so prolific, but it was one of his solo records in the last couple of years. And we both did our parts. Jason was in Florida at the time, and I was here in Charleston, and Jeff was in L.A. And you do your part, you send it in, and boom, bam, they mix it up, and sounds great. You're ready to rock. So that's what I did after Saigon Kick. So, but I'd always loved surf stuff. I just started doing surf records because I could. I got a buddy of mine named Mark Van Zysen who was in the River Dogs. He was in Little Caesar and a bunch of other stuff. And it was one of those things, we were doing a surf tune for TV, and he knows the style, and it's a certain style on the drums. And we just put one record together and put it out there, and it did pretty good. And then we're on record number 4 right now. I'm trying to finish it up. But we have 4 and 5, but I've had my surf stuff show up on like Homeland, and there was some Marvel movie it was in. It's just something I really love, and it's eclectic, and it does well.
Yeah.
Which is a good surprise.
It's so funny because I remember the first time I came across it, I'm like, no way, this isn't him, no way. And then I get looking into it, I'm like, holy shit, that's him. I don't
know. We kind of need a new intro for this show. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, I get it all the time.
Let's do it, Chris. Come on.
Yeah,
and it's funny, buddy.
The last one I got was they sent me a bunch of stuff that sounded like it was a bunch of stuff from the show Vinyl. We wanted to sound like this. I'm like, okay, so you want to sound like Iggy Pop, T-Rex, and Bowie. So I rip it out and throw it back to them, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is perfect." I was like, "Well, yeah, because if you've ever listened to this stuff, it's you kind of have an idea what the ingredients are, and you just go." Like, but I don't understand you. It's so accurate. Like, oh, it's in my DNA. I can't help it.
That was a good show too, Vinyl. Remember that show?
I never saw it.
It's on HBO. It's good.
I agree.
So damn, yeah. Actually, I know a buddy of mine is the guy that does your album covers for. John, yeah, John Johnson. He's a buddy of mine. We were trying to get some stuff going for the longest time as far as T-shirt designs and stuff like that, but we just can't hook up together. But that's neither here nor there.
He was shocked that I knew the Rockford cover because I'm a Cheap Tricks fan.
Mm-hmm.
He actually, when we did the, I don't know if I ever told him this story, but this is a beaut. Because it's just like you never know what you're going to get, kind of thing. You're back to the Forrest Gump box of chocolates.
Yeah, right.
And so when we're getting ready to do the reunion, we get this call from somebody going, "There's this guy I'd like to design your posters. He's a really big fan of the band," which is like essentially the equivalent of saying, "My mom says I'm handsome." Great. So we're like, okay, guy wants to do it. Okay, sure, whatever. Send it over. Then he sends it over, and we like all of them. He sends like a dozen. And we're like, which one do we choose? I'm like, how does this guy know this? Like, he's got the kazoo in here. He's got the lizard. There's not a loser in this bunch. So they threw me on it. So I got a hold of it. I was like, dude, we want this one and this one and this one, and let's do more. Once that was going on, I was like, and we got along, which is helpful. I said, I've got this surf stuff, and I'm thinking this kind of look for it. Because he knows I'm an animation freak. I was like, I'm thinking this UPA Studios, and what are you thinking? Can you do this and this and this? And I threw it at him, and he nailed it. I was like, yeah, great. He's like, you don't want anything changed? I was like, no.
Yeah,
perfect. Leave it alone. But yeah, he was definitely and I feel awkward about it now because we were so, it's not jaded. It's just, everyone's got some good intentions when they want to contribute sometimes to something like this, and you don't know if someone's got their act together. Right. I didn't know it was the guy who'd done the Rockford cover. So if I'd known that to begin with, like, wait a minute, this is the guy who did the Cheap Trick cover? I know exactly which one that is. Yes, get him involved now.
Yeah, everything that he did, I'm like, dude, you got to send me that one. You got to send me that one too. I'm just going to make one shirt out of it. It's going to be for me, but just send me that one too. So.
Yep. Yeah, he did one that got rejected for Saigon Kicks, and I'm going to use for one of the surf records.
Was it the Tiki Heads?
Yeah, the Tiki Heads.
The Easter Island one, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, this is amazing, because that came from an old Sony ad where there were a bunch of what do they call it, the Maori, or I forget the Easter Island name for it. And so I had taken that on the Lizard tour and grabbed a Sharpie and I drew like Phil's neckerchief on him and Beeler's goatee and Matt's shades, and I put like a nose ring or whatever on me. So it was all four of us. I was like, we got to do this again. And we did it. We threw it out there, and the fans seemed to really like it. But it just never went anywhere. I was like, okay. When I see a good idea, I like to hang on to it. So.
Yeah, I made that into a shirt a long time ago, and I wore it. And John's like, "Where did you get that?" I'm like, "Dude, you post the picture. I'm gonna take it."
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, "Don't worry, I'm not selling it. I just made it for me." He's like, "No, I don't care. It just looks good."
Right, just mine. Yeah. So yeah, I thought about doing that with John too. Like, just grab. Hey, dude, just make this one thing for me. So I just haven't found the right one yet. But yeah, he did the. There was another project they did called Mother Mary, which is very deep purple, old Journey, rainbow kind of stuff. And John did all the artwork for that EP as well.
Yeah, John does a lot of good work. That's for damn sure. And he's easy to get along with. So the Mother Mary, how did that come along?
Mother Mary was when I was still playing guitar in LA, like 80, 88, 89, just before I joined Cold Sweat, because I was playing a lot of stuff on demos as a bass player. And the drummer in Ferrari at the time, who became Cold Sweat, was like, dude, we'd already been in a couple bands. And Ant's like, look, man, your bass playing's really good. I know you want to play guitar, but, why don't you just audition for us for bass? And I was like, really? I spent a lot of time trying to become a good guitar player. He's like, but you can sing and we need you. I was like, all right. So, and I got the gig. He was right. So, but before that, and he was in this too, Mother Mary was a bunch of guys who were in a band called Jaguar. And they put a record out on Target, I think it was, called Made in Heaven. And Joey Cristofanelli, who was the bass player in the band, he was in Rat, and he wrote Wanted Man, but he kind of like an Oni Logan thing. They kicked him out literally as they were signing the deal with Atlantic, and they grabbed Juan, which is always kind of like one of those weird things. Do you bring this up around Joey? Do you not? But we put this band together, and it was very ahead of its time, which makes no sense because it was very retro. But at the time, it was the era of the shredder in LA.
Right.
So 88, it hadn't completely died out yet. So Slash had not killed the pointy-headed guitars yet. Almost. The Black Crowes had not come out and taken a B3 and made it cool again. The Cult was just starting to hit it back with Sonic Temple. So what we were doing wasn't timed correctly. And the band was amazing. Robin, our singer, went on to be in Red Sea, and Die Happy was Greg Chason. I mean, he's just an amazing dude. And Vince went on to play with the Cult, funnily enough.
That's funny.
And Ant and I went on to Cold Sweat, and and Joey I think at that point, Joey was like, you know what? This didn't work again. I think I'm going home to Buffalo. That's enough of that. And I don't blame him. So it was one of those, we took it to everybody. Meaning all the labels, and they're just like, whatever, and it just kind of fell apart. But with the advent, again, back to the digital recording and the editing and all that, I got a hold of the guy. Actually, Vince, the keyboard player, got a hold of me and said, hey, they want to re-release Made in Heaven, and they want to do some of the demos we did as Mother Mary. You want to do that? I was like, yeah, sure, fine. So I got my brain working and thought, well, I've been doing this multi-city collaboration kind of thing. Let's see if these guys can do it as well. And as it turns out, they could, and they did. So Rick Sanders played drums on it, who was in Crier and in Saigon Kick for about 2 seconds, and he was in SCA. and he also played with Daniel Cage and all that. He's out with Shinedown right now as their drum tech. So Rick played drums on it. It's me on bass and guitar, and Vince and Robin. And it just came together really quickly. And we just wanted to play a very 70s groove oriented, lots of Hammond B3, lots of, strats and, silly drum parts and just over the top stuff, but with songs. As I like to point out, Black Sabbath didn't listen to Black Sabbath. They listened to the Beatles and Chuck Berry and Carl Perkins. That was what they listened to. So you had to kind of go back and think of, if you're going to play like Deep Purple, don't listen to Deep Purple. Listen to what Deep Purple listened to. So that's kind of how we approached it. And I love it. It turned out really good. It's just, life gets in the way. We got 5-6 songs on. We're still trying to figure out the other 4, but, just haven't been able to get them together. So now I'm in because I have, the attention span of a gnat. I'm putting together something. It's me and Mark again, because he knows the style. And a friend of mine in town here. It's very Thin Lizzy type stuff. So twin guitar, and it's the 4 songs are written. I'll just do that and then put that out too. So it's unnamed as of yet, but there's one song that's completely done. Just finished up the percussion and the drums to, the leads to another one tonight, and just waiting on some drums for the other 2. So apparently going back to my 70s roots at some point here. But that's where Mother Mary came from.
You are a busy, busy man.
Yeah, I don't like sitting down. It's just, there's always just too much to do.
Right now, I could just picture you right now. You're just pacing back and forth in the room talking.
Yeah, I've always done that. But what's funny, like I watched my son do it, and it's like, gee, I wonder where you got that, kid.
Hereditary. Okay, so which one of these Mother Mary tunes are the best ones that you think? What is your favorite out of the bunch? Because that's what I'm going to end the show with.
Favorite is Heavy on My Mind.
Is it? Okay.
And the reason I love our version of Mistreated, because Robin was getting, just like singers do, in his head about some song. I was like, dude, stop it. Like, I'm going to send you a tune, just sing it just for karaoke to have fun. And I said, just have fun. Just do nothing. Don't overthink it. So I sent him Mistreated. I did all the instruments and just off it went, except for, I got Vince to do the keyboard. So, because you can't do Deep Purple without the B3.
Yeah.
And so I sent it over to Robin, and he told me like an hour later, he's like, dude, I got it. I'm sending it back. I'm like, you're sending what back? A vocal. I just kind of threw it on and hit record and went with it. And I was like, okay. The idea was not to record it. It was just kind of like, you're doing laps. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Just clear your head. Go out and take a walk. In the old days, have a cigarette. I don't know. And so he sends it over, and the one that you hear on that EP is that first shot. That's what he sent me. I was like, I put it in there and just kind of threw it in the track. I was like, are you kidding me? This is unbelievable. I was like, all right, we got to finish this off. And he's like, no. This is fantastic. So that's my Mistreated story. But Heavy on My Mind was one we had written the first time around, but didn't finish it. But when we first got talking on the phone again, Robin said, man, there's a couple of tunes that were just so good. And he goes, remember that one where the riff goes down, 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 down? I was like, if he's remembered that riff after 25 years, that's worth figuring out what to do with. So our approach was flesh it out, change the arrangement so it's not your basic, blues song, and then take the Deep Purple approach of Coverdale and Hughes. So I sing all the high stuff. So I'm Glenn. I get to play the part of Glenn Hughes, and then Robin gets to play the part of David Coverdale. So there's stuff in Heavy on My Mind where the never go never da 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 da, whatever that really high part is before the solo. I just hit record and just went with him, and all that stuff from rehearsals just came right back. I just immediately synced with how he sang. And I sent it back and said, what do you think? He's like, did you just do that? I said, yeah, just now. He's like, did you edit it? I was like, no. It's like, that's just you and me. So that's I love Slow It Down. It's fun. I love Lightning Queen because it cracks me up. It's like, Fireball meets, I don't know, Death Alley Driver meets Carnival Number 9, It's just weird and funny and silly and just crazy guitar stuff. Like Robin wrote most of the guitar solo of that. He's like, I got an idea for the harmony. Okay. I don't care. If it's a good idea, it's a good idea. It doesn't matter who it came from. Yeah. And he was right. It's killer. So that first harmony that's in Lightning Queen is from him. I did the kind of skiddly boodly stuff later. But I was, this is what taught me, the collaborative process for the TV stuff taught me, whoever's got the best idea in the room, that's the one you use. It doesn't matter. And give everybody credit, share.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what? Steve Gibb, who played guitar with us for a while, his dad, Barry Gibb. And at one point, he said there was a bit of a mutiny with the Bee Gees. Not the Bee Gees, not the brothers, but the band, when they started really hitting it big. And the brothers figured it out, and they just said, look, we'll figure this out. There's enough money to go around here on the road. Let's just share it. And, because what was the price? They lose this great band they had over what? They wrote the songs. They were still going to keep writing songs, and everything was going to be fine. So that was to hear that from the Gibb, literally, kind of music business royalty.
Right.
Like, okay, well, a little bit of wisdom there. Pay attention. It's just dropped on your head. Pay attention.
I was very shocked to find out that actually who is who it was. When I saw him perform somewhere, I don't remember where it was with a band. What was it? Devil City.
Oh, Devil City Angels.
Devil City Angels.
With Eric Burdingham.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I found out that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I found out that night. That's who that was. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Who else was in there? Ricky Rocket.
Ricky was in that, and Tracy Guns was in there as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Gibb is. Let me tell you right now. If you think you have a showbiz story, don't even bother trotting it out in front of Gibb, because without trying, he will make you look an inch tall.
Nice.
He's just like, because you'll tell your story, let's say I tell a Gene story, and ha, that's great, and then he'll start. He started one. I was like, just give me a good one. He goes, okay, so my dad and I are backstage at Saturday Night Live. I was like, all right, well, bingo, you just killed me right there. He said, and Justin Timberlake and Jimmy Fallon come walking up. I'm like, okay, now I'm lying on the floor. So we walk by Paul McCartney's dressing room. I'm like, oh, this is just not fair.
Oh, man.
And that's just, that is just Gibb's life. He's, he just tells some of the most amazing stories. I'm just dying laughing. And he's like, dude, this is my life. This is me all the time. I'm like, God, I can't, if he wrote a book, I can't imagine what that'd be like.
And it's a wonder that that he hasn't gotten, more recognition than he already has, is for his work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I loved him in the Devil City thing, and just his voice in general is really good. I'm shocked that he didn't.
Yeah, well, he said to me, he gets up to sing with me the first time. He's like, dude, I don't sound like a Bee Gee. I'm like, dude, I've heard you sing. You sound like Dusty Hill from ZZ Top. That's fine with me. I don't care. You're hitting your pitch. You got a great voice. You sound good. He's deceptively talented, and his dad did not want to play anymore. And he just like, I'm happy to retire and whatever. And they did Glastonbury like 2 years ago. And the Barry's like, look, man, people want to hear you. He's like, but I don't want to do it anymore. It's like, my brothers are gone. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
He's like, but Dad, people want to hear these songs. You got to do it. And he's like, all right, I'll tell you what, I'll do it if you'll do it. And I looked at Steve. I was like, so your dad's playing gigs now because you agreed to it? He's like, he just kind of looked at me and goes, yeah, I never thought of it that way. It's like, dude, that's really awesome. Yeah, I mean, because your dad's your dad, but when your dad's Barry Gibb and he decides to retire, but he comes out of retirement because, he wants to play with you,
yeah,
that's pretty rad.
That's something, yeah. Damn.
That's the stuff that makes this business worth it,
Yeah, I mean, the stories and stuff like that are awesome, but it seems like it's a hell of a ride, and I don't think I could do it. But so kudos to you for having the very long career you've had, and for the for the years to come.
Right, yeah, let's hope it's not over. Yeah. And when that was, if I go back again to if you go into a time machine and say, I'm going to go visit Chris in 1987, and you just say, okay, this is going to be like this, and this is going to be like this, and these crazy things are going to be going to happen. Like when I met Ed Van Halen, and got to be friends with him, and then jam with him, and then go to the house, and then go to the studio. If you had told me all this stuff when I bought Van Halen 1, I'd laugh you right out of the room. But but like when he shows up at your house, you're like, this is really happening, isn't it? And my big joke with musicians is the fact that this is one of the only careers where that happens. So you don't get a bunch of dentists getting together in the garage and let's do a root canal on somebody. This is awesome. I've always wanted to work with you. Whereas, like, Gene came out one night. Jamie had a jam in Tahunga. It was Jamie St. James All-Star Jam. So Gene wanted to come out and jam. And Jamie, who just rags Gene like nobody's business, but Gene loves him, and he allows it. So Jamie goes, what are you going to play? You don't know anything. You only know Kiss songs. And Gene fires right back with, I know Cat Scratch Fever. And Jamie goes, I got to hear that. He goes, well, I also know Mustang Sally. He's like, no one wants to hear that old shit. So at one point, it's now Anthony, Jamie, Tommy, and Gene is borrowing my bass. And they're playing Cat Scratch Fever. And Gene is playing it exactly right and singing all the backup parts. So he's sitting there going, dun, 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 Cat Scratch Fever. It's just like, what other occupation allows that? Getting together with Ed Van Halen, going, looking at each other like anybody would do at a backyard jam. I don't know. What do you want to play? I don't know. What do you want to know? I don't know. What do you? How about some Zeppelin? Sure. Since I've been loving you. Yeah, I know that. Well, you go start it, and then you play it. You don't, like I said, you don't get a bunch of scientists going, let's get together and isolate a nucleotide. Isn't that going to be fun?
All right, Sheldon, calm down.
Yeah, my prep school upbringing is showing with that one.
Yeah. That's awesome.
All I can think of is Dr. Giggles now.
Oh, wow.
That movie, because the
wow.
dentist reference you made earlier, I was like, that's all I could think of is Dr. Giggles. Well,
yeah, I always think of what is it? Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh yeah, right.
Steve Martin, Bill Murray moment. Yeah.
Little Rick Moranis in there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. Rick's in there too. That's right.
Well, Chris, I didn't realize this, but we've kept you on the phone for over an hour here.
Oh, for God's sake!
And
I'm never getting that time back on my desk.
Yeah, I know, right? Especially with us two dopes. But I do want to. I am so thrilled that you spent some time with us here tonight. And
happy to. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Anytime.
See, now we really need to book this cruise, because we could get on the cruise and hang out with Chris and listen to like 14 other stories, maybe 15, depending on his time restraints.
Man, I'm telling you, you put me and Jamie St. James in the room and forget it, because Jamie has got stories that literally I tell him to stop because I'm about to, burst an abdominal wall.
Oh, those guys are great, man. We've become pretty decent friends with those guys in the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. And all those guys, Brandon and Bob and Patrick, like all those guys are just awesome.
Yep. Well, and Larry does a great job of putting bands together that get along on the cruise, which is pretty phenomenal when you think about it. But with this cruise, this is the crazy part. You have Mark, he's doing double duty. He's playing with us and he's playing with Keel. Mm-hmm. You have Eric, who's playing with us, and his old singer, Danny Vaughn, who was in Wasted with him, is playing in Taiketo.
Right.
You got Anthony, who's in Excursion, is playing with Mark Slaughter. Well, played with Mark Slaughter, and Slaughter's on the boat. You have Jamie, obviously, Cold Gin with all of us. You have who's the other one? There was another like what? Oh, Lynch Mob's going to be on there. So you got that too. Oh my God, this is like the weirdest high school reunion ever. But it's gonna be a blast because everyone will get it wrong. Someone on the last cruise we did with Saigon said, "Can I ask you anything?" I said, "Yeah, sure." And I was saying right in front of George, and the rest lynched. I just walked out. Is that story really true? And I looked at George. And he kind of looked and I said, which one? He goes, the one about the Ferrari. I said, oh yeah, I was standing right there. And I look at Owen and I go, right? He goes, Owen's all sheep. He's like, yeah. And I look at George. And George goes, yeah. And the guy's like, oh my God. So, yeah, well, that's what you get. You know, you got all this right here to confirm it. If anyone told you it's a wrong story, guess what? They were lying because you just got to confirm, buddy.
And that's the great thing about those cruises too. You get to hang out and actually get the stories. You know.
Yeah. Oh man, and some of them are hysterical because you'll always get the ones like you hear one version of it and then you like the Mick Jagger story.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And then you come back around and you hear the actual version, like, oh, is that what really happened? Like, I've done that before. Like, I walked up and said, all right, this is what I read, and this is what someone told me, but what really happened? And I just go, I knew you were going to ask me that. So, and then you get the real story, and that's the fun. But this stuff, everyone's at an age where they've been listening to your music for X amount of years, and you've become the soundtrack to whatever their life has been.
Right.
And you realize, like, we played a show in Chicago, and this couple came up and introduced themselves, and it was just so apparent that hour and a half of rock and roll we played was just not just an hour and a half of rock and roll. They were huge fans. Our daughter was born to this, or we had our wedding to this. My mother was sick with cancer, and we played her this, and you just go, oh my God! You don't realize the influence you've had. And the fact these people have now been able to give this venue to come up and talk to you about it and tell you is really the best part.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm just playing some rock and roll songs, and I'm having a blast. I get to do what I love to do. But you don't realize that it's out there and it's part of people's tapestry of their existence, and it's just amazing to have them tell you this stuff, and it's humbling. It's all get out.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my favorite part. That and the collectors. The stuff they walk up to you with, hey, would you sign this? Like, where did you get that?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a fun time. We went last year, and I know you said something about how Larry finds the bands that kind of get along. Well, last year you had
What happened?
Well, no, last year you had Bullet Boys on there, and Lies, Deceit, and Treachery.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So the story that Mick told us when he came on the show was that every time that Mark told Larry that every time they played, that Lies, Deceit, and Treachery played one of the Bullet Boys songs that he was going to play, Larry owed him $3,000. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
But they, they saw each other. They didn't speak or anything like that because we were hanging out with Mick and asking all about those things, and he's like, I saw him, he saw me. We didn't talk. That was about it. But
yeah, and it's crazy. I mean, it's almost like a perverse version of a divorce where you thought of this person highly enough at one point to be in a band with them.
Yeah,
and now you want to just. You're not going to talk.
Yeah, you literally toured the world with this guy, and now you don't even want to talk to him. Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah, you literally achieved what most people dream of.
Yeah.
Just getting a record deal, never mind success. It's crazy when it starts to turn sour. I saw a great quote that said, after all this, we're strangers again.
Yeah.
How does that? And I from a big Irish family or whatever, explosion. You come back, you settle it down. But I just never understood the fact that I'm never going to talk to this person in my band because these four guys tour. That was the level of our career that only three other guys, understand.
Mm-hmm.
That's like they're the only ones who could look at each other and go, okay, I know what you went through. Both the good and the bad. But the good is what I remember. Everyone fights for this. All these who are in local bands would step on our heads to be able to get to this stuff. And you want to act like it was nothing? Nope, not buying it.
Yeah.
We got lucky, and I absolutely value it. And I'm so flattered and so humble when anyone even recognizes it and says anything to me. And I'm like I told you guys earlier on, I'm happy to answer anything. If it's too far or not inappropriate, that's kind of I'm a fan of inappropriate. But if it's kind of,
you had to be. You roommated with Phil.
Yeah, right.
Come on. I had one guy. We were getting ready to go downtown for some bachelor party. So it's going to be wild. We're going to get wild. And I'm going, okay. What do you consider wild? And he's like, well, what do you mean? I said, I was in a rock band, dude. What's your definition of wild? Because I'm guessing mine is different.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it consisted of them basically, getting hammered and having to take a cab home. I'm like, that's not wild.
For them, that's wild, Hey.
Yeah, well, you're right.
They get out once every 3 months,
Have you guys read Duff's book?
Repeat that, I'm sorry?
Have you guys read Duff's book, Duff McKagan?
Oh, no, not yet.
No, I haven't read it, but I saw that it was out, and it looks like it's an interesting read.
The first one is a must-read. I don't know if it's an audiobook, but he tells a story in there about, his habits. And we're recording the water record. He was the last one to get sober out of it, and he just looked so bad. And I had seen him,
You there? Oh, did we lose him?
No.
Am I back?
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, it was cutting out a little bit, but I figured it wasn't bad enough. But you're there.
Yeah, we're having thunderstorms out of nowhere. But Duff tells this story about his bad habits and partying with some mountain bikers who drank a 6-pack and were hungover. And he's like, dude, we partied like rock stars last night. And he kind of looks at him like, oh, you did you? and his other friend goes, here, well, just tell him a couple stories. He's like, okay, how about throwing up all your pills and then swallowing them again so you don't waste them, or drinking a handle of vodka a day, or doing downshifting to 10 bottles of wine because a handle of vodka is too much, and then going about by. I guess.
It's gone again, isn't it? I can't hear him.
Oh, they cut out again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just read the Duff mountain bike.
There you go.
It's not my story, but it's a good one. Read the book though. It's one of the best ones as far as rock bios go. That and Paul Stanley's book. Have you read his?
You know what? I'm actually I have it. I haven't read it because I still have the Peter Criss one that I haven't gotten halfway through with. So
yeah,
I'm horrible with reading books.
Yeah, Peter Criss does it go like this? And I hate that guy. That's pretty much the whole story.
Oh my God, Chris, we're gonna have to call you again, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I got a Peter Criss story if you'd like to hear that, but you can save that for next time. But anytime, dude.
Yeah, we'll save that for next time when there's not storms in your area, because there was a couple things that you said that kind of faded out, and I'm like, okay, I think I know what he's talking about there, but anyway. All right. So I want to thank you once again for coming on the show, talking about everything.
Absolutely.
And remember, Cold Sweat is going to be on Monsters of Rock Cruise, and 2020, yes. Get your cabins now. Apparently they're selling out quicker than normal.
I keep checking just to see what's still there, and they're moving pretty quick. So
hopefully we'll see you on there. But if not, we'll see you on tour. You guys plan on tour with Cold Sweat?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to work that because Mark's got his Keel dates, but it would be wise if we did some dates beforehand and after. And then now people are starting to ask, do you want to do this? Do you want to do M3? Do you want to do Rocklahoma? Do you want to do all this sort of stuff? Yep. So
it starts all over again.
Yeah, right. It's just filtering it out and making it worth everyone's while and making sure everyone can do it, just schedule-wise, because everyone's got families and, real lives, but everyone also wants to do this.
Yeah, well, that's good, though. So, at least the want is there,
Yeah, I agree.
So.
Good point.
All right, well, so we'll talk to you again soon, hopefully.
Yes.
And
all right.
like
Take care and have a safe 4th.
There you go. Yes, you too.
Remember, light, fuse, and get away.
That's right. Keep your fingers.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chris. We'll talk to you soon.
You got it. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that was Christopher McLernon from such bands as Cold Sweat, Saigon Kick, Mother Mary, what else? Cold Gin, Cold Sweat. I already said that. He's a friggin' hilarious guy, and I'd love to listen to him go on and on and on. And hopefully...
Oh, was that another Saigon Kick reference?
That would have been good.
See?
But it wasn't, but that was pretty good. But yeah, we're going to have to get him back on to talk to him, and I want to hear that Peter Criss story. Because it's, Kiss fan. Gotta love it. Something I wanted to tell you guys before we get into the unsigned band list. Unsigned band of the week. Jesus. Go check out the Facebook for the Monkey Business podcast and look at what Tracy Guns posted today.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny.
That is funny stuff.
It's something that he found in the traffic. In traffic,
in
the traffic. Yeah,
while he was out of his car,
running around the car, and he's like, "Oh my god, I found this!" No, as he's sitting at a red light, and the song just goes perfect with what he sees. So head on over to the Facebook page. It's facebook.com/The Monkey Business Podcast, and check that out over there. And it's a pretty funny video.
And we'll also post that at Hard as a Rock Radio as well.
We might.
What do you mean we might?
We might. Just depends.
You know what? Who says you're in the driver's seat, bitch? I have control too.
Not if I take you out of that driver's seat.
You can't do that.
I'll do it.
Don't look at me like Clint Eastwood, you son of a bitch.
I'll do it right now. That's actually anyway. So let's hear your friggin' Daryl Hall and John Oates story that you wanted to tell.
Late.
You don't want to hear it now? You don't want to talk about it now?
Until next week.
That's fine. You say it next week.
Okay.
All right. The unsigned band this week is a band that Ken doesn't like. I was about to call you Kurt, and I have no idea why. That Ken doesn't like the name, but put the name aside. This song is it's called Bleeding Me. They are a band from, I want to say Sweden, but I do not remember off the top of my head.
I think that's what you said last time.
Is it? Yeah, because I don't remember. Yeah, because the other one was from Greece. Leftover Bullets was from Greece, and this band is called Crystal Tears. They are from Sweden, and
yes.
This song is called Bleeding Me. Check this out and let us know what you think about it on the flip side.
Child arrived in the storm. You were born and another gone. Act of pain, act of hope. Balance in dreams, wise man spoke. And the pain be thy song. Just expect the unexpected. Never know the reasons why. Life is short, nothing's for granted. Let me dream, will close my eyes. Last chance, now or never. One voice, destiny. We will not breathe forever. Bleeding you, bleeding me. He's a ride with the rain, leaving one way to be straight.
Well, what'd you think? Never mind. I didn't want to ask you. Crystal Tears is the name of the band. Bleeding Me is the name of that song. And I actually think that it came out earlier this year, if not late last year. But it's the song that I randomly chose off of their Facebook page. And you can get to that at facebook.com/Crystal Tears Band. And the video is really cool for it, though. I will say that much. But you're not going to say a word about it. Okay, obviously Ken doesn't like it, and that's fine. Each to his, to each his own. So what was it that you didn't like? Is it the voice? Is it the acoustic in the front? I mean, what was it?
No, I think they're talented guys. Like, I think they're good musicians.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Just didn't catch you?
Yeah,
and that's and that's going to happen, especially when there's so many bands out there. That's why.
But that's the thing. Like, sometimes, like, take a band like Dream Theater, who technically are
an awesome band, right?
Like,
I see where you're going. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they could be the most talented musicians in the world, but sometimes you just want the simple ass AC/DC Back in Black riff.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
And that grabs you, and you're like, all right, I can fucking sing along to this in like 2 seconds. I don't know. There's just certain songs. I'm a huge melody guy, and I don't know, man. Just not my thing. And don't.
Nothing against these guys.
Yeah, no.
It's
not at all.
but I get what you're saying.
Like I said, they're talented, and hell, they're doing more than I am right now. So
that's a good point.
I don't hate it, but it probably won't make it into my normal rotation of what I listen to.
Right. No, I understand. But go check these guys out over at the Crystal Tears Band on Facebook, and let them know that you think Ken's stupid. Anyway, so we're gonna end the show tonight here with a song that Ken is very fond of.
I'm excited.
You're excited about this?
I've only heard it once.
There's a video that goes along with this too, right?
There is. Yeah.
We should post that on the Facebook.
Okay. On the Facebook.
On the Facebook, yes, because we never post anything on the Facebook.
All right.
So
this song is from the upcoming Steel Panther release, which I'm not sure what it's called.
I don't remember either.
But this song is called All I Want to Do Is Fuck Myself Tonight. And the video is pretty cool. There's some hot broads in it, as usual.
Hot broads are good to have in a video.
Yeah, especially when they're naked.
Yes, no, you're totally. Are they really in the video? I gotta watch the video now.
No, not this particular video, but like Glory Hole and some other videos. There's chicks making out and they're naked. They have spooge all over them.
Yeah, spooge. Okay, so that's what's going on. We're gonna play that here in a second. Next week on the show, we're gonna have Dave Alvin on the show.
Oh, Dave Alvin from White Trash.
Yeah, and we're gonna see what he's up to, what's been going on, and talk to him about the Monsters of Rock cruise that he's going to be on here next year. And what else? We got anything else going on next week?
Not sure.
I know we promised Tommy Gallo.
Yeah, we got to get Tommy on. I feel terrible. I love Tommy.
Tommy's yeah. All right. So maybe we did this 2 weeks ago too. We said okay, and maybe Tommy Gallo from Spread Eagle, formerly from Spread Eagle, and we never did it. So Tommy, if you're listening, sorry.
It's Moose's fault.
It's so not my fault.
Out there. It's not my fault.
It's so not my fault. All right, whatever. Ken, screw you.
What?
Tommy Gallo, we'll talk to you soon. Dave Alvin, we'll talk to you soon. And this is Steel Panther. All I want to do is fuck.